Okay, so we think we know who we are: the husband, the manager, the provider, and the one who keeps it all together. And for a long time, it works. Your identity and roles make sense. But when the roles end, the marriage, the job, the story, or AI takes over, what's left? That's what this episode is about. There is one thing that hits harder than any loss or so called failure. It isn't the loss itself, it's realizing you don't know who you are without the roles and the masks. But we'll get to that later. For me, it started with my divorce. Then came the achievements that felt empty. The titles, the degrees, the corporate benefits that were supposed to mean you've made it. But instead, I started to feel nothing. Not proud, not relieved, just nothing. That's when I noticed something. Every achievement that used to excite me just felt purposeless. No satisfaction, no next thing lighting me up. And when what used to define you stopped making sense, when the part of you that pushed, achieved, performed goes quiet, you experience a collapse. Not physical, but personal. The collapse of your old identity. After the collapse, you enter what is called a void. That's strange in between who you were and who you're becoming. You try to figure out who or what that is, but every answer creates another question. You try to fix it, but nothing sticks. That's because the void isn't asking you to perform, it's stripping away what's not aligned. All the shoulds, all the past dreams, all the roles that once make sense, they just vanish. The void is where your old identity ends quietly without a loud ceremony. When your identity collapses, you start realizing that most of your self-image doesn't come from within, but from your performance, from what society expects of you. The image, the status, the woman beside you, the story you told people and yourself about who you were. But when life rips that away, the marriage, the career, or the illusions, you meet a part of you that doesn't have a script. And that's one of the hardest things to face. So it's not only about losing motivation or the things in the outside world, it's meeting who you are when all of that is gone. Here's something I learned the hard way. The persona is the performance. The self is what's left when the performance ends. The persona was built from approval, respect, and validation. The self comes from truth. What stays when nobody is watching? We all start by building a persona. That's how society works. But eventually, life calls you out of that illusion, usually by force. Here are 5 signs your old persona is no longer in the driver's seat of your life. Number 1, you can't fake excitement about the things you used to chase. Number 2, praise and attention do not register. They feel hollow. Number 3, you feel like a stranger in settings you used to dominate. Number 4, you crave honesty more than approval. And number 5, you rather be alone than keep pretending. If you notice any of this, you're not broken, you're being stripped back into alignment. I have a suggestion. Try this. Write down 5 of your strongest roles: husband, manager, father, achiever, whatever they are. Then, for one day, refuse to describe yourself by any of them. And watch what happens. Notice the friction, the anxiety, the emptiness that shows up when you can't hide behind those roles. That's where your real self starts to speak, the part that doesn't perform. So after an identity collapse, rebuilding doesn't start with clarity, it starts with honesty. You stop asking, what should I do or achieve next? And start asking what aligns with now. Maybe it's after meeting new people, maybe it's during a walk or a workout, or maybe it's after you realize you do not need to prove anything to anyone anymore. That's not the end. That's the start of something that's more real. This stage, identity collapse, can look like depression. But if you're losing interest in everything altogether, if life itself feels heavier than you can carry, please reach out. Call someone, talk to someone. You do not have to do this alone. If you're here in this void, in that empty, identityless stage, you're not crazy, you're not weak, you're shedding who you thought you had to be. I'm in it too.